Greetings all. Yeah, I left in the middle of a shootout in this part, so holy cow. That's not a very good place to leave off. Let's see. A few more of Wanda's comrades. A few more of Wanda's comrades came in from her side, firing off their M16s from the hip and looking quite stylish. If they did so. Stay down. Stay down. Warned them. Never live it down. Never live it down in Warrior's Heaven if you get killed by some rent-a-cop. Right, the man replied. Another guard leaned out too far in the open, and he and his cover, a stretch of wooden cabin wall, got shipped up. With a groan, he dropped into an almost kneeling position, pistol still in two hands, like he still had enough life left in him for one final shot. He didn't. Another few rounds dislodged him and sent him falling back into the cabin. He had cabin doorway. It's a cabin wall. Cabin doorway he had been occupying. Let's see, how many is that in total? 1, 2. Things were looking up till one of Wanda's men made a run for it. And run for it. For one of the open cabin doors. The last of the guards then leaned out from the distant hall. Did I imply they had anything besides pistols? I'll have to check. I probably said pistols at some point. Just pistols. Yeah, they're security guards. They should probably... They did have access. The armory? Was there an armory in the train? I'll have to check. Yeah, there was an armory. These guys certainly didn't get out in the distant end of the hall. He squeezed off 5 shots. And for a moment, looked like he missed. With the guard running. The terrorist seemingly kneeling down. He was actually struck twice in the face, one in both cheeks, and he was going down, already dead. His features were blank, his eyes were glassy, and his M16, fully loaded, laid impotent in his grip. Son of a bitch. Wanda cursed. He fired 2 bursts at the guard. A shotgun at the guard. And missed. I'll find your family, you son of a bitch. Wanda continued. I'll find out where they live. And I'll cut their throats. Their hearts out. They'll be joining you in the land of the dead soon enough. Fuck you, the guard yelled back. Not the fiercest retort Wanda could imagine. Wanda had heard was about what she expected from some from some stupid guard. Some idiot wandering through life with his head down. No dreams of glory or giving his life meaning. Wanda wanted a meaningful life and a meaningful death. One of Wanda's comrades dove forward and crawled up to the body of their dead comrade. He then used the body for cover and was aiming when the last guard appeared in the open again. The guard took 2 shots. Blast from that shotgun right through the chest. He was thrown backwards against the wall, coated with blood from his exit wounds. The guard slumped down to his knees for a moment, and he was still propped up against the wall, not giving up the ghosts yet. On the mud coming into the open, M16 raised. The guard looked like he was going to say something, but Wanda opened up his head, the whole back of his head, with a volley with 3 bursts from the M16. He dropped forward, deader than dirt. Wanda reloaded. Wanda went up, and when the coast was confirmed clear, that's one thing I keep forgetting to mention, that the coast is clear after a gunfight ends. I guess saying the last guard should be enough, right? But, you know. I have to leave a memo to my editor. If it's not clear that the gunfight is over, say, area clear. Look what they do in that, what's that game? Oh yeah, Call of Duty. When you end a shootout in Call of Duty, in the later games at least, someone says all clear, and that's the cue for a story element, or for you to just blitz your way to the next shootout area. My goal is to create shootouts on paper as cool as the ones that are visualized in those series. One of them at least. I also want to show the fight. I don't want to have cut to like the aftermath and so bodies everywhere. Wow, that was quite a shootout. Yep. I want the audience to be able to see that stuff. Anyway, the coast was clear. Wanda moved up and took the wallet of the dead guard, looking at his license and saying his name out loud a few times. Are you really going to do what you said? Bot asked Wanda. Wanda grinned. I'm a man of my word, Wanda replied, but she actually wasn't going to kill the man's family. All she cared about was that the guy went to his grave thinking she would. Wanda figured she was going to be Lana? No, not Lana. Or Linda. Her name's not Linda, but if you want to call her Linda, that's fine. She doesn't care. I asked her. Let's see. I get his sister. I'm going to say something. No, I already covered that part. Wanda imagined she was going to be infamous enough history books. She didn't need to add to her infamy by massacring innocent family. She thought of someone else who was definitely infamous, much more than herself. Stefan Gazer, the man responsible for outbreak of the Third World War. The man had the blood of millions on his hands. If it came out 10 years from now that he raped and murdered a woman in his younger days, or butchered a whole family just for the hell of it, would he be any more infamous as a result? Would he become any more infamous? Wanda was pretty sure Gazer was as infamous as you could get. And she was there. And she was probably as infamous as she could get. Gazer, you might imagine, is like the equivalent of Adolf Hitler in this universe. Though not as evil, I guess. At least not at the point of the story I'm in. But I'm still only in the big other novel I'm working on. I'm still only in 1940. A lot of the stuff Hitler was most infamous for happened in 41, 42, when the Holocaust really was stepped up in violence and horror. So that Inglourious Basterds was well, you know, it's like in, 1944, if the war ended then, you wouldn't have saved that many people, because the Holocaust, most of the people who died in the Holocaust died way before 1944. Maybe you would save the Jews of Hungary and Frank and other Jews in hiding in Europe at the time who were found before the war ended, but, that's, I'm not sure how many Hungarian Jews they were, but a lot of them were killed in 1944 when Germany occupied Hungary, because Hungary was backing out of the Axis because the Russians were winning the war. But, enough history. I'm not sure if that'll even happen in my version of World War II. That stuff. Let's see. No idea how the course of the war will be. Let's see. The train was secured 10 minutes later, with the last two guards killed unceremoniously. Maybe when they ran into an ambush set up by Wanda and a few others. They had expected the last guards to hold up, to dig in, and make things hard for Wanda. Not the case. The chief of security, what was the name of that son of a gun? Looking up his name so I can just kill him off. It sucks for him. Amzagri. Yep. Amzagri. It's over for you, my friend. Minutes later. Stealing from yard. It's actually pretty nice and bright out today in Buffalo, folks. When someone must have gotten their orders slipped up. This was supposed to be weather from Miami, not Buffalo. The chief of security, Amza Guri, was captured after being wounded. The fellow took a M16 burst through the right shoulder while he was defending a stretch of hall in a passenger area. He crawled off like a wounded dog and collapsed. He was found and revived by some of Londa's men, been propped in a chair in an office, in the conductor's office, so he could interrogate him briefly. Amza Gri had some balls on him, in Londa's view. She had imagined the chief of security to be a blubbering civilian, but this Mr. Gri was clearly some old soldier type. Old soldier. He wasn't going to betray his superiors easily. I am now in control of this train, Londa said to Amzel. Good for you, Gri jeered. Londa nodded to one of her men, who then squeezed on Amza's fresh shoulder wound. He screamed like someone shoved broken glass in there, which Londa was willing to do if he didn't cut out that arrogant, smug attitude and cancel that smug attitude of his. Shoved hot broken glass, yes. That sounds worse. I mean, it sounds better writing, but it sounds worse in the literal sense. Yes, good for me and bad for you. Londa chuckled. Londa continued. I am in charge of 300 hostages. 300 brand new hostages. Brand's not in this story. Brand new hostages. Not in this story, at least not yet. Not in my notes. There's too many characters as is. I already got several girly warrior types who fulfill Brant's role just peachy. And since I'm going to use Brant in further stories, I can't kill her off. Whereas I can kill off any of these new characters if I want, without issue. Yeah, it's a pretty terrible thing, killing people, inventing people, and then killing them off. But that's the way it goes, I guess. I want to know if any of them are federal agents or guards in hiding. I don't know. Gri wheezed. Londa rolled her eyes. She motioned for a guard to grab the guy, Gri, by the shoulder. And Gri let out the kind of scream you'd think a man being flayed alive would. Londa would never flay a man alive. That was too gruesome, even for her. She'll get faint just peeling the skin off a man's fingers, or yanking out his fingernails. Yanking? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Or yanking out his fingernails. Though she'd do whatever it took if she was tasked interrogating anyone. Stop. Wanda ordered her man. Her comrade, who pulled away, removed his hand from the wounded shoulder. His fingers were all, and fingernails. Had a lot of blood on him. Wanda motioned for her man to stop squeezing Amza's shoulder. He stopped screaming as a result. Yeah, that sounds better, I guess. I don't want the audience to think he's still she's still digging into his flesh. Same time that she's asking his questions, because when a person's in screaming pain, they can't really answer any questions. At least I don't think they can. People have trouble doing anything when they're in pain, really. Yes. It was a pretty nauseating sight. Once more, anyone else on this train that has a gun and is loyal to the federal government? Wanda asked. Is anyone else on this train that has a gun? Anyone else on this train armed? Is there anyone else on this train? Is there anyone else on this train that has a gun and is loyal to the federal government? To check that line. The legitimate government. You mean? Gree asked back. Yes, Wanda muttered, letting her annoyance slip through her voice. She doubted was not a professional interrogator, but she was sure that there was nothing more annoying to a professional interrogator than a subject who asked questions back. You got us all, Gree reassured. You killed everybody who can pose you on this train. Regardless of that, you will not win. We've already won, Wanda replied. And so you know, and I hope you are being truthful. We will murder 50 hostages for every agent that we turn up ourselves. So if you want... So now, you should come clean. Gree stared defiantly at Wanda. Last chance to come clean, Wanda warned. You are going to die anyway. Then I'll be the last threat on this train, Gree noted. With that, Wanda executed him. Okay, on that cheerful note, we end this writing session. Thank you, folks. Have a nice day.